The time has come, the bags are packed, I'm ready to go. Finally got this trip planned to Daytona, got it all booked, all the hotel rooms, all the campgrounds and everything. So I'm doing a trip from Atlanta to Daytona Beach, Florida. It's going to take like 8 days, 500 miles. Should be an absolute blast. So stay tuned, I got some videos coming out for that. In this video, I kind of want to go over the bags that I got. So I'm not a huge bike packing person. I really haven't endeavored into it before, so this is kind of a new thing for me. And I guess I'll find out in the next 500 miles if I like it or not. The bags that I bought for this are not the most expensive bags. They're not the cheapest bags. But I think they're a pretty good value altogether. You know, they're something that will probably last quite a while. If I were to take off and start going around the country and doing bike packing trips that lasted quite a while, quite often, then I probably would invest in more expensive bags. Just to kind of dabble into it, this seemed like a pretty good option. The bags that I went with are made by Rock Brothers. I've got the front bag, the roll bag, and the rear bag here are all Rock Brothers. Then I've also got a top two bag up here. The other two are going to be made by a company called Moose Treks, which never heard of them before, but they seem to be really good quality stuff. The material that this is made out of is not the lightest stuff in the world, but it's not super heavy either. I mean, it's reasonable. One thing, this does absorb water, so it's waterproof, but the outside of the bag absorbs water. So I went and got some camp spray, some silicone spray. I went ahead and sprayed down all these bags. The inside of it, you can see it's actually like seam sealed, and I forget what you call this process, but it's one sealed piece there, and then it's got this coating on the inside of it that's kind of a rubberized sort of stuff that keeps it completely waterproof. The front bag is just basically going to be for my food and maybe a few other little things here and there. It's got this nice piece right here that it velcros up and just rolls right down, and then this is made out of aluminum right here. All these buckles are made out of aluminum, and just hooks right up, simple as can be, just does the job. So I've got all of my camping stuff inside of this, my tent, the tarp that goes underneath the tent, even got my cooking stuff in here, and the pad that I'm going to lay on is all inside of this. Now, it's got these nice little hold-offs right here on both sides that you can kind of adjust it out and tune it. I've got it about 2 inches from the tire right here, which seems to be just fine. It's got plenty enough clearance there. As far as these are made out of kind of a dense foam material, it just kind of sits up on there and just holds it off. You can put one or two on there. This has got an actual buckle right here, and then it's got some Velcro up underneath it. So you Velcro it, then you buckle it, and then if you need more tension, then these will actually strap down. The back one right here is actually hanging this other bag on right there, but you could, put this thing right here and tighten that down and bring it up and draw it in even more, especially if you're mountain biking, that kind of thing. It'd probably be nice for that. It also comes with a couple other straps you can strap around the whole thing and secure it even more if you wanted to. As far as my feed bags here, these are the Moose Treks. So I really like these. They're probably the most expensive bags on here, by the way. I think I got these off of eBay on an auction for I think the front bags were about 25 bucks for, this is like a pair. These were 25 bucks a piece, but they're nice. These are the ones I'm going to be looking at the most, really using the most during the trip. And they've got this nice high visibility orange on the inside. If you look down through the bottom right there, it's got a hole in it for it to drain if you have water or condensation in your whatever drink you got there. It's got these loops all around it, and then it's got these pockets too around all the sides. And then the Velcro is this nice kind of soft Velcro, and it Velcros to your stem and Velcros to the front, and that joker ain't going nowhere. It's got clips on the bottom too that go underneath the frame right here. I've also got a Moose Treks bag for the middle right here for the triangle. And this thing I really like if you were to measure it off and have it made, you know, especially for this bike, you wouldn't get any better of a fit than this is for this bike. It's got the waterproof zippers, ripstop nylon, and you've got a section down here and a section up here. So I'm going to carry my water up here. There's a divider, there's a Velcro piece in the middle right here. The only thing I can say about this bag that was bad is these came way too long. Like, you could have tubes that were huge on this thing and there'd still be too much Velcro strap on there. So I cut these down and then got some like fabric weld stuff and took the two pieces where it's sewn right there and went ahead and put that in there. The one bag that I really don't care much for, like, it kind of does the job, but I don't really like it that much, is this head tube bag. So it just kind of hooks on the front here. There's two tabs underneath. However, they only give you one little tab to put in there. This would be more secure probably if there was two. But it does kind of lean a little bit. It's just not as secure as I'd like for it to be. That, and if you zip it down with, you know, like that, it can be hard to get it to zip back up. If you zip it over the edge here, because the zipper goes all the way down to right a couple inches further. To get it over the top, it wants to go like that. So, not terrible, but, you know, you can't really open it very easily while you're riding. You end up killing yourself trying to do that. The bag I've got in the back here, this thing is really well constructed, I have to admit, for the money. I paid like 25 bucks for this thing. Now, these are usually a little bit more than that, but I got the auction, so I just happened to get a pretty good deal on them there. I kind of took my time and waited and got the auctions there. The only thing bad I can say about this bag is these straps right here could be a little bit thicker. That's probably the point that's going to fail on it, is going to be the strap where it comes over right there. But the way they designed this, it doesn't take a ton of tension on the strap. So the way it kind of works is there's a little piece right here that's made out of a foam that's got a hard backing on it, and it's got a piece of Velcro on the back. So you've got one that comes for an aero type bike and one that comes for a standard type seat post here. And this, if you cinch it down enough, will kind of hold this so it doesn't swing very much. It'll get a little bit of grip on the seat post there. And another thing too, I wish they would have brought this part down to here and went ahead and just sewn it all the way up through here. That way it would be less of a point of failure. It does actually have a couple of like brads that hold this thing in, but at the same time it takes more tension than I kind of like for it to, especially as it's going to be swinging back and forth, and just over time it's going to take a lot of, you know, it's going to fatigue, I'm sure. But so this connects right here over the seat post. This connects right here. You got to have about 6 inches of stem hanging out, and hooks right up. And then this is a hard plastic shell up to like right here, basically. So this doesn't deform, it doesn't move around very much, and it's really, you know, tough stuff on both sides. The bottom is actually not plastic. The plastic just kind of goes over the top on these three sides. And then back here you can roll this thing up. It's a huge bag. Like, I forget how many liters it is, but it's a very large bag. And then it's got the reflective stuff here, got reflective stuff on the sides here, on the front there. It's kind of covered up. There's some right here. So there's reflective stuff all over all of these bags. And I've got my light back here anyway, but you can see how far this thing will roll out. So I think it's almost 20 liters, like 19 liters or something like that. You can look it up and see, but the one thing I don't like about this, and one thing you do get in the higher price range stuff, is you would get a little valve here that you could open up, and then you can just go ahead and cinch this thing down and then close the valve. And what happens is, if you don't really force this thing in and get all the air out of it, then it balloons up, which is kind of a pain because you can't get everything tightened down as much as you would like. I've got some more videos coming out, so stay tuned and give us a subscribe. Go ahead and follow the videos, and hopefully we get some cool stuff from the trip down there. Y'all have a good one.